It was a great hockey game. I mean, wow, that's what the Stanley Cup Playoffs are about, right? Back and forth all night long. But to answer your question, you know, it was that kind of game where there was just teams were making great plays offensively. We do have to clean up a couple of things, like we didn't protect the slot like we usually do, and they got 3 goals minimum from there that I can think, and I'm talking 5-on-5, not the power play goals they scored.
Coach, Linus hasn't had this run of starts all season long. As much as he was hung out to dry on a few occasions tonight, do you feel he's starting to show a little wear and tear?
No, I think Linus is fine. I looked at him in the eyes a few times when he came back to the bench, and I liked the way his eyes were looking. Like, he looked intense and he looked keen.
Jim, on the callback goal, did that rise to a hand pass in your eyes?
I just got to think that it touched his glove. I don't think there was an intent to hand pass the puck, but if it touches your glove, then it's a hand pass.
Jim, did you consider at all making a change at goalie?
Yes.
And so just speak to why you didn't and if you might in Game 7 looking ahead.
Well, just, we communicate with everybody involved, and, we just felt that it was that kind of game that we were going to pull out. It was a kind of game that happened a lot during the year, and we always seem to find a way to win it, but we're learning here in the playoffs, it's a different animal. It just is.
I'm sorry, Jim, just to clarify, were you contemplating changing in-game tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. After the first?
No.
Jim, when you look at the defense tonight, was it more of what Florida was doing, or do you think it was more of those maybe unforced errors that kind of plagued you in this game tonight?
I thought it was more what Florida was doing and us not winning races to our net, not protecting the slot. You got to give credit to Florida. What a determined group, force the Game 7 here.
Jim, just big picture. Sorry, I'm coming in late, but you guys have found ways all year long. After 40 minutes, what are you looking at in the final 20 to find a way, and why do you think you couldn't find that way tonight?
Well, the interesting thing is, we're behind, and we did find a way to get the lead twice, and that's the disappointing part because we know how to close out games, and a lot of it you got to give credit to Florida. They beat us to our net, they hemmed us in. And we didn't protect our net front like we usually do.
Jim, si c'est possible de t'entendre en français, simplement nous expliquer qu'est-ce qui n'a pas fonctionné de votre côté. Tu as parlé de choses à nettoyer. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez nettoyer, puis qu'est-ce qui t'a peut-être déçu particulièrement ce soir?
Il faut nettoyer notre zone défensive, surtout the slot, parce que il y avait des hommes qui ont compté tout seul devant notre gardien de but. Puis à part de ça, il faut que la question qu'est-ce qui m'a déçu le plus, c'est qu'on avait l'avantage 2 fois dans la 3e période, puis on n'a pas réussi à gagner le match. Pendant la saison régulière, on a peut-être juste une fois, c'est arrivé.
Just had tagged it on to my question, but maybe it's too soon to ask you about lineup changes, but do you think you might make a goalie change going into Game 7?
I think we're going to be consistent. We're going to review the game, and we're going to analyze everybody that played. And if we think there needs to be a change, we're going to make a change.
Do you right now, does Linus struggle with his rebound control? It's kind of the way it seemed. I was wondering necessarily sticking to him like maybe they have in the past.
I got to review it. Like when goals happen, as a coach, I don't look at the goalie. If he gets beat clean, then I notice things. And if he's not tracking pucks, that's what I know. I always look at the team and what the team's doing in front of them. And it wasn't good enough. That's all I know. I'll let goalie Bob and, the experts and whether he was, making the saves he should have made or not. I always look at the team aspect of it and what we're doing defensively. We looked at that after the first, and he actually shoots it right by Carlo's knee. So it's not as clean a shot as you would think. Good shot by Montour.